Okay, cool. Right. Do 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 do. I should probably mention that I'm doing a live stream, and then what's else am I doing about these? Okay, cool. How do you share a live stream? I've forgotten how to do live streams. Like, I think it just has been that long. Hello, hi guys, how you doing? Okay, cool. And how do I do this again? Aside from, cool. Ooh, easy moderation mode according to YouTube, that's fun. Hi guys. Okay, brilliant, cool. Right, we are in business. How the fuck do I do? I need to try not swear. Not that I ever edit out my swearing anyways, but I've got to. Right, how do I share this? How do I share this? How do I share this? Aha, Twitter. Make sure my Twitter bulbs turn up. Ooh. How are you guys doing there? Like, tell me, how are like you guys? It's one of those that I actually love doing live streams, even though I know I don't do them very often, which is usually like a Wi-Fi thing more than anything. Like, how are you guys doing? Let me know. I also want to like update via Instagram, but now I can't because I'm using my phone. Just a really fun thing about trying to get this to work. Like, I don't know how to live stream from my laptop. Like, I would if I knew how to, but I can't. I think we've already determined a few things I've learned is like how to do thumbnails beforehand, and like that there is like an effects button that I can like press. It's quite cool. Look. Ooh. Ooh. Wasn't there like bubbles somewhere? I swear there was. Ooh. Okay, cool, leaving on that. I don't have to get to go away. Okay, do. Cool. How are you guys doing? I feel like I've forgotten how to do a live stream. And I was late to my own live stream. Like, I'd literally be late to my own funeral, if it were possible. Like, that is just the kind of person I am. Like, okay, to be fair, I was late because I was boiling tea in my beautiful mug. But that's a fair enough reason to be late. Dear. Get yourself a snack. I'm going to be here until 9 o'clock. Also didn't have a thing, so I've got a tiny espresso mug for that. Brilliant. Oh my god, I always get excited. I always forget how like. Okay. Hi guys. How are you guys doing? Oh, hi Megan. Hi Erin. Ooh. Okay, so one thing I do find myself repeating many times. Ooh, how's your gap semester going? My gap semester is very like. So for those of you guys who don't know, who are asking about like career stuff, so I am currently waiting to start my film degree. I'm going to film school in January, which meant that I've like and I found out about that in like August, so I have from then until January off. I can't believe it's halfway through November. That is slightly insane. Is that not like freaking anyone else out? Especially because I have like no school calendar concept right now, so I feel very like a little bit like I'm treading on water. But I'm just like, it's halfway through November and that's insane. So like the time off is going well, but in a way of like life things are going well, but then I'm just like, there are two like big projects that I need to finish. One I should have finished months ago, to be honest, but there are like 2 shots that I need to finish and then I need to edit it. It's a short film, so it will happen eventually. I promise it'll happen eventually. I just need to get my shit together and do it. And then like I'm also editing a docu-series, so I have like, those are my 2 big things. And then I'm like trying to like make as many videos as I can. And I'm like, have this weird feeling of like I'm not being productive enough, even though I'm doing like 2 a week. I keep looking and I'm like, I'm actually making a lot. So I'm kind of like being a little bit crazy person-esque, but I don't know. I feel like I need almost work better when I have like less time, because then I'm like, oh, I need to section and block things a lot better than I do otherwise. So I'm not doing that very well at the moment, but like it's too much free time basically. Ooh. Oh, and then I just went to turn the thing off, and I can tell you what really stupid thing I have done. You probably can't see it. I did this yesterday. Yesterday I was making soup. Under the soup we put this like heat diffuser thing, it's like metal heat diffuser thing. So I take the soup off the hob. Yesterday my mind was just not, like, my brain wasn't screwed on, mind you. Take the soup off the hob, I'm gonna put it down so I can like blend it. I turn and I grab the heat diffuser thing, which is just got the, you know, the gas under it, the pot on top of it for like maybe an hour. So I go and I grab that with my bare fucking hands. So I've essentially burnt 3 of my fingers. They're fine. They're not like, they're like what, first degree burns. It's just like the top layer of skin. So it's kind of like this tiny, like thin sort of, I don't think it's blistered, but like this tiny sort of thin, it's quite thick. Make my mind, is it thin or thick, but like layer, and you can actually see there's like a pattern on the heat diffuser, and you can like actually see it on my finger, which is kind of weird. So I did that, which meant that I had to stop cooking and I had to let someone else take over because I physically couldn't do it, and I was made to hold my hand under a tap for like 10 minutes, which is what you're supposed to do, but not when you're like being told to do it like that. So did it hurt? Yes, but what hurt more was my own stupidity, and that's now the story nobody else to hear, but just how's life going? I burnt 3 out of 5 fingers, so it's going good. Dear Lord. So yeah, gap semester is going alright. I don't know, I'm gonna look back at it and be like, oh, why wasn't I more productive? But at the same time, I needed just a mental break from everything, because like, just if I look at my life from like right now compared to like a year ago, I mean the 3rd year of my like degree obviously was just very go. May, and like from like January, yeah, from like this time until like May, I was just like go, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. And then that's the problem, is like I finished all of that, and then I started applications, and then I was working, and I'm just like, I was just kind of tired. So yeah, I think I've enjoyed the time off, but will ultimately be like, yeah, I didn't do enough work. Oh, your hair looks amazing. Oh, thank you, Megan. I'm growing it out again. Basically, this is one of the first times that, like, basically I want to grow it out again. I want to grow it down past boob length, because I really want to donate my hair, which is also one of the reasons why now, for the first time in years, I do mean like probably since I was 16, 15, 14, that I haven't got any dye in it. So this is all my hair. This is what my hair actually usually, well, naturally looks like. Somebody DM'd me when I put up my like little thing advertising my live stream, being like, did you dye your hair? I'm like, no, this is what my hair normally looks like. So yeah, I saw a picture of myself from like 2 years ago, and I had a lot of blonde in, and I was like, wow, it just looks so different, and I don't know. I'm quite enjoying it actually, more than I thought I would, because I was always like, oh, my hair's so flat when I've got no highlights in it. I'm like, it looks fine. Oh dear. Emma, why were you late to your own live stream? Because I had to make a cup of tea. Doing stuff like this just feels really weird if you don't like have like, I don't know, like a mug or something just to hold. Hi from Italy, hello. How are you? Like I said, I'm doing good. Oh, Josie, hi. You got a job last month and have an assignment due in a few weeks. Good luck. I mean, these things are always about balance and like managing time. And in the end, you're always fine. But it's just like getting through it. You're like, holy shit. Do you ever like go for like those periods in your life where you just have to like get your head down and just do shit, and then like when you come out at the end of it, you're like, how the actual hell did I not let everything fall apart? I think those moments are always like really weird to look back on. This time for me last year, I just have no idea. I don't know how I ran a YouTube channel, had a job, and did a degree at the same fucking time, and I didn't have a breakdown. I'm quite impressed with myself. I'm like, I didn't feel like I burnt out. I didn't have a breakdown. I just quite impressed. I think the fun thing about working as well is when you don't have homework. So when I then went back to work after all of my exams in like May and stuff. It's kind of like go to work and then like work. It didn't come home with me, which was like, there's not things that I need to be doing. Which I think then with doing YouTube is kind of funny because I always feel like it's something I'm supposed to be doing. Like something I'm like forgetting to do something. And I have, this is my desk. So behind it I've got all my post-its. I got like, oh my god, they're so cute. I got little love heart post-it notes. So I've like organised all of my life like that, but now it's like passive aggressively like all these cute little love hearts staring at me with all the stuff I need to do. So I'm like, oh god. Yeah. Actually, one of the things, Emma Savius asked, are you still planning on posting your dissertation online? I am, yes. That's actually just on one of my like to-do list things that I need to do. I have posted like, because what I'm doing with every single page is uploading it as a JPEG. So like I have my, and there's like 40 plus pages. So I have my, so I do have my dissertation. I had it as PDF, then I have to export every single, I don't know how to do, right. If anybody knows how to export every single page of a PDF as a JPEG in one go, could you please tell me? Because I'm trying to figure this out and it's literally the most frustrating thing and I can't figure it out. I have to do it every single one. That wasn't going very well. And I'm also like watermarking every single page because, you know, why wouldn't I? So I am going to put it up. I'm going to put it up on my website, which is sarcasticfish.com. Very, very memorable. Oh well, just everything is sarcastic fish. So, just, you know, at least A star for consistency. Thanks, 14-year-old me. Her legacy, dear lord. Fuck it. God. She says drinking out of the fucking sarcastic fish mug. I can't get away from it. It's just gonna haunt me for, well, haunt me forever. Be my. Where was I going with that? Oh my god, I've just completely lost my train of thought. Oh no. What was I saying? I was talking about passive aggressive post-it notes. Can somebody tell me what I was saying? I've completely forgotten. Oh, I love drawing a blank. Brilliant. Oh dear. Hey Emma, love your videos. Quick random question. Would you say King's is better option for studying complet than UCL? I had no idea that UCL even did complet until I'd finished applying and then I couldn't apply anymore. So I have no idea in terms of like how they teach. If I were you, and if you can, I'm not sure if you can, I'm pretty sure you can look at like breakdowns of the modules that they offer, and then you can do your own little preliminary comparisons is the word I wanted. Brilliant. And just maybe have a look at like which on an individual, like on a basis of individual modules, what you think would be more appealing to you. Because, you know, with complet, because you can go so wide, there are so many options of what you can do that it's probably just, you want to look at it like what individual modules are like really gonna like tickle your fancy. So for me, anything that was like, you know, 18th century, you know, France, England, Europe, that was really my thing. But if you guys maybe want to go more like South America, or you want to go more to Asia or Caribbean, then you really kind of want to just have a look at like individual modules. If you guys want to go more post-colonial, if you guys may want to do American stuff too, that's one thing we really did not cover, was American literature, but I think that's probably because English Lit tries to cover that, so then you can take, oh that's another thing, really good thing, really good fun thing about Comp Lit is you're allowed to take other people's modules. You can like take a good snoop into other departments because you are so interdisciplinary by nature that like you can get away with doing stuff like that. So we could do French modules, we could do German modules, we could do, you know, SPLAS modules. I did take one, Topics in Afro-Brazilian Culture. Hello, that was really fun. So there's like so many things that you can do because you are by nature so interdisciplinary. Oh my god, this is stuff that I can't edit out, hence why it's unedited. I can't get rid of all these things later in the edit, because you're by nature so interdisciplinary that you can like take so many different modules. So I think, because I have to say that the experience studying at King's versus UCL is probably going to be really similar, just maybe have a look more into then like social scenes or whatever of like what floats your boat more, and then like individual modules I think is probably the best bet, because I can't necessarily see any like huge differences. And I would have applied to UCL for comparative lit had I seen that they did it, because when I swear to God, when I looked initially, they did not. And we did ring the department and they were like, yeah, we were in Newcastle. I'm like, no you weren't, but whatever. So because I did apply to UCL, but I applied for French lit and language, I think it was. Uploading my dissertation online. Yes, I am going to put my dissertation online. I just need to finish watermarking everything and putting everything as a JPEG rather than like a PDF, because PDFs are searchable files. So that's what I'm doing. Basically, I don't want, my point is with for dissertation, and why I'm like a little bit cagey about uploading it online, is first of all, it is something that I'm so proud of, but also it is sensitive material. I do talk about, you know, more, okay, for example, one of the footnotes I had to put in was anal virginity. There you go, it is just sensitive topic material as it is. So it's more that I don't want it to be searchable. And I also want to protect myself from somebody stealing it, so that's why I'm just taking a little bit longer with it. I do mean to do it. I'm actually just gonna, which is my, these are my web post things. Oh, and I do, oh my god, I do keep meaning to like post my like rundown of everything for I watched in October. I've like done it. It's so stupid, but I've like 95% done it, and I keep forgetting to do the other 5. I had it ready to go on like the 31st of October, and now it's like halfway through November. I'm so useless. Finish disso post. Fucking hell. There we go. I'll do that. I'll try and do that by the end of the week. Or maybe I'll just try and do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Okay. I promise I'll do it tomorrow. Now I've said that in front of 40 people, so I have to do it. Yay, we love accountability. This isn't moving up. Do, 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 do. Do you miss being in school? Do you think you would miss... Oh my god, I'm so broken. Do you miss being in school? Do you think you would be missing it if you weren't returning next year? If I had to, actually, being honest with myself, if I had to go back and do a normal like academic degree, like a normal like degree, I would be, man oh man, I would not want to do that. Oh my god, I would be so, I would be borderline depressed if I had to go do that again. I think to an extent it's because I loved comp lit so dearly, and I really enjoyed my degree, that like I don't need to study anymore. Like it's not my threshold has been met, but more like I, in a way, am ending on a high. So I'm like, it just got, for me, my education just kept getting better and better and better. I mean, I really enjoyed primary school, and like, you know, my GCSE years were like a write-off. I have repressed those down quite a black hole. Oh my lord. I actually saw a friend for dinner a few days ago, and she asked me, because she's one of the like 2-3 people I still talk to from that school, and she asked me about a certain thing, being like, oh, do you remember that? And I was literally just there like, oh my god. I joke about having repressed it and not remembering anything, but I couldn't remember a lot of the things she was saying. So I'm like, wow, that's slightly scary. Maybe I underestimated how traumatic I found that experience. But yeah, and then obviously you guys know how much I love boarding and like loving my degree, so I'm like, okay, time for change in terms of like academia. So I'm like ending on like a really strong high, but in terms of like school for like structure, I'm like, oh my god, give it, like I want it back. I mean, if I was working, that's different. That gives you structure, that gives you like, you know, a framework to work within and like sort of plan your life around and sort of stuff. So that, I just want structure, please. That's what I want back in my life. So like I'm not sad that I'm not going like to do another year of like my degree, but I'm like so stoked to like keep studying, mainly because like now I get to do what I've been procrastinating from my traditional education from this entire time, and like get like marked on it and be told like, or maybe I'm gonna be told it bad, I don't know, or be like told like, oh, you're doing it well. I'm like, oh my god, this is the validation I've been looking for my entire life. Yay! So I'm so excited. I'm just gassed to like get going now. I am glad now that I've had this like time off, because like I think my brain would be fried otherwise. But I'm so looking forward to it. Like I'm so excited. I really hope you enjoy it. I hope I don't like look back on this and go, oh, she was so naive and like it sucked. I'm like, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fun. What do you think of doing after your masters? So for those of you who don't know, hello, my name is Emma. I make films. There is definitely the second link in the description is for my film channel. So if you guys haven't seen that, no. Okay, is somebody joking about the feet thing again, or is it just like weird feet people back on my fucking live stream? Do we remember the other live stream? I don't want to remember the other live stream. Have I not like blacklisted the word feet enough fucking times as it is? Oh my god, we're not doing this again. I don't want to do this again. I don't want to do this again. But yeah, I make films, so essentially I have no idea what I'm gonna do after my masters, but like I can tell you where I see my career at 60. I don't know when I see it in the next 5 years. If anybody asks me, that was a really like strange live stream yesterday as you all, that was a bizarre live stream. Nobody asked me what my 5-year plan is, because I will throw myself out of a window. I'm joking, my 5-year plan is to get a dog and that's about it. I don't have any other requirements. Apart from I just want to finish film school. I think it'll be fun. I mean, especially because like so many people most people don't seem to do their like first feature-length film until they're like, you know, in their 30s. So I feel like it's, you know, do the shit jobs and then, you know, rack up all of your like credits and stuff. Yeah, credits, like literally like, not like, you know, university credits, but like that you did a thing. So we'll see. I have no idea, which is why I'm going to film school. I'm not gonna like, people keep asking me like, oh, how does that work? And I'm like, I don't know how it works. I'll tell you in January when I maybe finally kind of get a gist of it. Especially because it's not like, there's no like one trodden beaten path, like there's so many ways that you can go into it. So I'm just like, I'll find out. Oh, one thing that I screenshotted this because it came up on my Instagram feed as like a promotion thing. That was like, ooh. It was like Catherine Bigelow was like advertising like, was it like Rolexes or something? I was like, ooh. Now there is a brand deal that I'm like, haha, you know, making films. I'm like, okay, so this is where my career could go theoretically. I am down with that. That seems really fun, and I'm like gassed that she was doing that. I'm like, oh, so cool. Oh. If you don't know who Catherine Bigelow is, that is your one and only assignment from this live stream, is to go look her up. I think her films are on Netflix. I think I might be a massive lie that I'm just telling you, but I'm like 90% sure that is the Hurt Locker on there. What are they doing? Emma can't spell. Emma can't spell. Emma can't spell, so I can't help you. Great, I love when that happens. Sorry, the chat isn't like automatically updating on my laptop, so I'm like only answering the ones that like you guys asked ages ago. Ooh, recently started my masters at UCL. Could you tell me what your favourite thing to do in London is? Trying to experience the city a little more, but it's a bit overwhelming. Do some like fun excursion with friends. Ooh, go to Hampstead Heath. Have a lovely wander around Notting Hill. One of my favourite things to do is like easy peasy easy. If you just search like most aesthetic or most Instagrammable, yes, this is very Emma, I know, but like most Instagrammable aesthetic places, and you can have a really like good wander. Ooh, you can go to Sky Gardens. That's free and that's really cool. You get a sick view of London. You can go to St Dunstan's in the east. It's basically like a church that's like been turned into a park because it's like dilapidated. You can go up Monument, you can go up there for like £3. So you can do like all of those things together, and that's like a really nice fun day. You might really enjoy that. Just there's a lot of like fun and quirky things you can actually do in London because it is such an old city and it's so much fun. So like just, you know, for a weekend or like an afternoon, just like every week, just try and do like one fun and like touristy thing. And I promise there's also so much like free stuff to do in London, so like just do like little bit by bit and like maybe do by little area, because I think one of the fundamental ways to understand London is that it is like little villages basically. I mean, it was a lot of little villages that sort of just grew together into one big city. So if you just look at like each little section and then like, oh, this week I'm going to go here, oh, this week I'm going to go here. Because also the like architectural styles are really different, and like the vibes and like the shops, and like it's really nice. So like look at it as like little villages and have a little wander around. And I think that's a really good way to know London, because like there's no point knowing London, there's more a point knowing like, oh, get to know the Strand a little bit, even though I say that, but the Strand is horrendous. Get to know Covent Garden a little better, then try Marylebone or something, then try Chelsea, then try Kensington, so like work your way around. Also, there is a Japanese Kyoto garden in Holland Park, which is a really, really fun thing to have a look at. I'm sorry if none of you care about London, but I absolutely love talking about a city. I should do more videos about this city. I know I need to, but I'm just like, I should. I need something a little bit. Ooh, Columbia Road Flower Market, Brick Lane. I don't get out east that much, but like, yeah, there's a couple of things just off the top of my head. Dear, I can talk about London like to no end, but I just, right, bye sweet feet person again. User in timeout. You ask about feet, you're getting a timeout. Oh no, now there's too many. I can't keep up with them. Ooh, Annie says, hi, I was inspired by one of your videos to do an analysis on Montaigne essay in my French lit class, and I presented on that this morning. Good stuff. Well done. Oh my god, congratulations, that's so exciting. Like literally so proud. Like when you guys like send me pictures of like books you've bought, or like being like, oh, I got this because you recommended it, like literally makes my heart swell, and like I'm like, oh my god. I'm an influencer, A, that's horrendous, but B, I mean, if like this is my legacy, yes. Somebody like DM'd me a picture of the fact that they'd bought like the Odyssey and the Iliad, and her like profile picture was like, you know, the Snapchat filter that's like the dog ears, and like she was like 16 or something. I was like, this is my legacy. Brilliant, my job here is done. It literally makes me so proud when you guys like say like, I read this book as you said, like, ah! I always screenshot those and send it to my mum, like, look. We're both very, very proud of you. Oh, hello, Hugo. How are you doing? How do you write a personal statement if you applied for different subjects? You write as many as you have to. Generally, there's always like a section that's like very about like you can get away with, and then just like, I mean, if you're applying to different things, there's going to be a reason for it, right? So, you know, repeat the same process of like, have a good bit of self-reflection. Why am I applying to this thing? And then explain your reasoning. Like, you just have to put the effort in at the end of the day. There's no substitute for hard work. Didn't I once say that? And then not. I've already done that many times. I never take my own advice. I'm one of those people. Oh dear. But generally you can have like, there's generally like a basic framework for writing personal statements. Nobody asked me what it is, because you just have to write it a few times and then you'll see where you're going for it, like going with it. But good luck with your statements. And then also I'd recommend writing them, leaving it for a bit, and then going back to it so that you can like look at it a bit more critically, because then you're not like in the moment of what you think you want to say, then you can actually read it for what it is. Which I really recommend with essays especially. So like give yourself like a day buffer between like you and the deadline, for example. I saw on your list you were going to watch Pride 2014. It's one of my favourite films. Did you ever get around to watching it? I haven't, no. I've been doing really badly watching films at the moment. I mean, I'd be like, so I set out to do this all in August, and then I was like ready to go, watch Thousands and More Space Odyssey. It took me 2 days to watch that because it was a bit intense. Like, I was so annoyed. The freaking Wi-Fi in France just like, for like a solid 2 weeks. It was slightly insane, so I think I was out of rhythm then, and now I've just been watching a lot of like easy going things. I think I just need to like commit a little bit more at the moment. But it's weird then, like I'm like watching a film and I'm like, oh god, I should be reading, oh god, I should be editing. I just need to be better. Any tips for starting a YouTube? I think my standard response is usually don't, but that's very negative and not positive. For starting YouTube, you just need to know what your niche is. I think niches have a great place to grow and thrive. I think generalized content is never like, oh, a bit of like beauty, then a bit of lifestyle, then a bit of fashion is not necessarily the best way to go, because it is a lot harder for people to find you. I should know. That's what I've been doing for the last 7 fucking years now. Fucking work. Oh, Jesus Christ. But I would say find a niche, stick to your niche. Like if you want to make study content, pump out study content, always make that. Do things on a schedule. I mean, you can all do Jenna Marbles and like on a schedule every single week, or you can do a Shane Dawson and just like every few months you're like hi, but then you know have something substantial. Think of taking a creative writing module next year. Not sure what genre I would prefer to write though. Just kind of know, read around 3 different genres and whatever like you enjoy the most. I'm sure to an extent you'd probably enjoy writing the most. Or if you realise you hate it, or you think you can write it better, then do you. I think it's about, you know, do a bit of window shopping. Do you know it that it's less than 2 months till it's going to be 2020? Yes, that is like so scary. I'm not ready for it to be a new decade. Does anybody remember those like, no, maybe not remember, we still do them like so. Well, it was better in like the noughties. We had like the 2 and then the 0, 0 and then like the 9 and like the glasses. I'm kind of looking forward to the 2020 ones. I don't know. I feel like the 20s are going to be, obviously I'm going to be, most of my 20s are going to be in the 20s, so I feel like it's going to be a confusing decade, but hopefully you'll come out on top. I don't know, I think quite a few of you are a bit younger than me, so you only have maybe half the scariness, but I feel like it's a little bit daunting of like what I'm supposed to finish by the end of it, because I will be 31 by the end of the 20s, so I'm like, oh my god, what do I want my life to look like 10 years from now, you know? It's like, oh shit. Because the last time the decades changed, I was 11 and didn't have these kind of questions or expectations. I've watched your short films on your other channel and I think you've got a really great portfolio going already. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And so I like to look at my like film channel as my little like portfolio. I know I need to do like a show reel or something. I don't know how to make all of those yet, so I'm just not gonna like approach that problem. I take a lot of pride in my films, and like I like seeing it not just like as like each individual film, but like how they work together. Hi Lucy, honey, how are you? I like seeing how they like work together and like the progression, like not necessarily just of my style, but like of my thought process, and then like of my like editing. I love, god, it's so satisfying like seeing just like your skill level like just evolve. If you guys do anything creative, probably not even just creative things, I'm sure like sport or whatever, but like being able to like go back and so distinctly see your transition and like the leaps and bounds you get to make, like technically, oh, I just find that such satisfaction. Like where I'm like, oh, I can do, you know, I can color grade better than I could before, I can edit better than I could before, I have so much like better music than I could before, I have such a better grasp of XYZ. Like that is why I'm so excited to go to film school, because I'm like, look, I managed to teach myself so much shit. Like I got so far on my own, I mean, I would like to say so. So I'm just like, oh my god, let me get my hands on the equipment. You better believe that I'm like looking forward to one of those pictures where it's like me holding like one of those big ass heavy ass cameras. I'm like, oh, then I can be a real filmmaker. Haha. It's the little things, right? I'm really looking forward to that. Ah, thank you. I really appreciate that comment actually. When did you realise you wanted to be a director? What age? And what made you first realise that you really wanted to do that? So I've always loved cameras. I spy sarcastic fish mug much mug, yes you do. I don't know, I always wanted to be a fashion journalist. like for a really, really long time. Ugly Betty was one of my favourite TV shows, and I really, really wanted to be Wilhelmina Slater. I knew I was a visual person. I knew that I love clothes. I really love clothes. I think that I know that I can, you know, you can like tell. I can tell that like wardrobe is going to be a big thing for me in my films, and like how I get that to like work, and I want to work as closely as I can with like my costume designers and whatever. I'm just sort of like, I'm projecting this into like 50-year-old Emma, by the way. But I can see that being like a big thing for me. But essentially I always wanted to do that. And I have this insanely distinct moment. So when I started boarding, I was walking, maybe in September when I first started boarding. I was walking back to my house with one of the boys who is actually, funnily enough, in the house that my little brother is now in. And he asked me like, oh, what do you want to do? And I told him, oh, I want to be a fashion journalist. And it just felt wrong. I think I hadn't thought about the question in a long time. Because you know, when you're just so wrapped up in like now, I hadn't thought about it in a long time. And I said that because that was like, obviously had been my default for so long. I said it and I was like, no. And then I did a little bit of like self-reflection. I was like, no, this is not what I want to do. And then I think when applying for uni rolled around, I think it was more film. So I can't tell you the moment I knew I wanted to be a director, but I can tell you the moment that I knew that there was nothing else. Almost like I'd worked my way through everything else and I'm like, this is the conclusion I've arrived at. I mean, I've had a camera attached to me since I was about, what? I don't know, 10? The first camera my parents got me was this trip to New York that my dad took me on. Pictures aren't great, but like I love the film function on that camera. I think I've said that before somewhere on my channel. I've just had a camera, so it's just like the idea that it's been staring me in the face the whole time, because I think it just like, you know, I don't know, not like satisfies me on like so many levels in terms of like getting to be creative, but also like the technical aspect of it, like I just love, and then like the writing aspect of it I love, and like the just imagining aspect of it, I'm like, oh, this is so much fun. So like it hits all the spots for me and I'm like, oh yeah. And I also love bossing people around, like I'm not gonna lie to you, like that is also like, oh, if you have to be like one of those things like, hey, natural born leader, I feel like I do cope well in positions where I have to be in charge. When I was little I always got called bossy, so gonna put that to some good use. Especially as a woman, you're the only one who gets called bossy. Do men ever get called bossy? Is that even a thing for guys? Bitchy. I'm an assertive leader. My brother was. I had to kick my brother out. So I had to kick my brother out of the lounge because I used too much of a liability for a live stream. Oh dear. But yeah, I think it's the kind of thing that like just has always resonated well to who I am, personality wise, creatively. It just like, I can't see myself as anything else. But I don't know if it's just like, I feel like, I don't know, filmmaker more than just director, because I want to write and I want to edit. Also, like if I never like ended up writing and directing my own films, I would just love to just edit my own film, like just edit. I just love editing. Oh, it's a lot of fun, and it can be like such a tricky like challenge in terms of like kind of like Tetris in a weird way, like Jenga, which is like probably an analogy that like very few people are gonna get, but like if you do, like, you know, like it's something like a problem and you have to sort of sort through the problems, like fix it and be like, oh, how does this work? And we're like, oh, for logical flow. So kind of like writing an essay, but with pictures. So yeah, I just, there was a point really, I guess, in a way where I couldn't see myself doing anything else apart from make films, which is why like the validation of getting into film school, where clearly someone else seemed to have the same opinion as me, was like great. Which is why I was really bummed out I didn't get started in September, but which is why I'm like so excited to get started. So oh, can't wait. Do you think you'll stay in London long term, or would you want to move anywhere else? Ooh, hello from Egypt. Oh, hi. Oh, hi, my sweetie. Are you drinking now? This is green tea. Oh, well, it was green tea. A little bit like lukewarm tea now. That's what I was trying to get the kettle to boil before the live stream. Is there someone else we're gonna have to mute from a live stream? Maybe. You have been put in timeout for creepy comments. Where was I? No, it's gone. Rasha, you finally caved and bought that jumper. Maybe it was staring me in the stockroom for like ages. Okay, fun fact, retail fact is that like if you liked something a lot, you could like not hide it in the stockroom but put it on the like hold rack and then like hope that nobody would like notice it and take it off hold. And then if it did get taken off hold, put it straight back on hold again. Oh, I loved that job. I really enjoyed my job. But the only thing is I ended up with so many clothes that I'm just like the amount of handbags I like acquired like that, I'm like, oh, I need to like stop now. I bought some, so I got from work, because whenever we made the budget, we got to have our commission in terms of like in-store credit, I guess, so like in terms of like just items, and I got like leopard print trousers and I wore them this past weekend for my brother's birthday, and I just like, so my outfit was like with I had like a bodysuit, like a black bodysuit that went like really low, and then ooh no 20% battery, and then like the leopard like trousers. Oh, I was just like so happy with that outfit. I was like, oh, I look great. And there's this one picture where I'm like sort of half leaned over and like there's a lot of boob coming out, so I'm like debating if I can get away with posting on my Instagram or not, because obviously home of wholesome content, I don't know how much boob is like wholesome, so nobody else know about my boobs, but I guess all the like random people who've clicked onto the live stream who are not my subscribers are now enjoying themselves, and any other creepy comments will be muted, especially about feet. Well, I can't move on from that live stream, guys. Can you recommend us some books? I'm currently reading, I'm still reading Brideshead Revisited, but I'm definitely going to finish it soon, and then I'm gonna do a video sneak peek. I'm maybe dyslexic attempts 24-hour readathon. So I've like lined up books that I know I can like get through quite quickly, and a couple other things. Do I tell you now? Do I tell you later? Do I tell you now? I'm gonna tell you now. Ah, brilliant. So I don't know how many of you, this is gonna apply, this is like gonna interest, if this doesn't interest you, it won't interest you at all, but if it does, you're gonna fucking love this. So I don't know how many of you guys watch Avatar. I'm sure nobody is expecting this from me. But if you finish the series, which was first of all a fucking insane series, not live action obviously, apparently they're doing a live action one, which is why Netflix has got it, but they're working with Nickelodeon this time, so it's hopefully not gonna be awful like that fucking tragic movie. But like the episodes continue like as a comic, which I like learned, and I was like, holy fuck. And there are like loads of them, so there's like different books, and so there's like each book is like 3 parts, so I've only got like tragic movie, wasn't it just? So I've only got like 5 of the comics, and there are like loads and loads and loads of them, so I'm like really gassed about that. I've read a couple of them, they are so fun, and like I think the and like sort of like the way that the series, the way the original series is shot, and like the humor and stuff translates really well into these comics, and the original creators, what are the names? I know their names, I've forgotten their names. If you guys know their names, can you just remind me what their guys' names are? Actually are like part of this, so like a way you can actually say that like this is canon, if that makes sense, so everything goes. Also just like my insane deep unrequiting love for Prince Zuko, sorry, Final Zuko, gets to like remain. I'm in love with Zuko for the same reasons I'm in love with Draco Malfoy. I just am. It's just so good looking, and it's a cartoon. I'm gonna be really upset if they cast someone ugly in this like new live series. Please, but it's like this. We love a good redemption arc. I don't think Malfoy never really got the redemption arc. He didn't really deserve it all though, did he? discuss. 15 marks. But yeah, I've started reading these. I'm definitely going to read a couple of these in my readathon just to be like, make me feel good about me, and not dyslexic. So yeah, this is how I'm going to cheat the readathon, being like, this counts. But also, like, you know, if you know people with like dyslexic kids and whatever, comics, like, don't, like, okay, can be the most pretentious person about books and stuff, but don't be pretentious about this. Like, if you have like if you know someone who's like dyslexic, or you know someone whose kids are dyslexic and they're trying to get them to like motivate them to read, I highly recommend just giving them comics, because okay, yeah, they might look at the pictures, but they might also read a bit of the text. I think this really helped me as a child to just get used to the sensation of like opening pages, reading pages, and then being satisfied when pages were finished reading and being like, oh cool. And it's like, once you get like the enjoyment out of that, and like you understand that kind of enjoyment, then like moving on to books is okay, because you know like the satisfaction at the end of it. So yeah, highly recommend these, and I'm gonna end up getting all of them. There are loads. I'm just like, sorry, absolutely not sorry. That's probably something I'm quite pleased, being like, oh, I can be literally like the most pretentious twat on YouTube about, but is that a fly in my, that's a fly at the bottom of my tea. I can't finish my tea now, there's a bug in it. That's what I was expecting. But yeah, I can be the most pretentious person about literature on the internet, on YouTube, lol. That's like my low-key niche, isn't it? Within booktube, like wiggled my way in there. But yeah, absolutely love those comics or graphic novels or whatever you want to call them. Really highly rate those. And now so many people have stopped watching because I started talking about Avatar. Oh dear, it's like my guiltiest of guilty pleasures, and I really don't even feel like guilty about it. Ooh, Josie's gonna read The Prince. Do make notes. That's definitely one you want to read with like a pen, so you can, it's my plan for world domination. I may have missed your explanation, but why are you living in France at the moment? Do you speak French? So I do speak French. My French is very good, but no, not at the moment. I was there for a week 2 weeks ago, but we were there over summer, and the Wi-Fi is bad, but I'm back in London. Hello. And then my mum was trying to convince me to go back home, and I'm like, will there be Wi-Fi? Will you get me driving lessons? Guess you can't drive. Guess you need to learn how to drive. Guess his resolution before the end of 2020. A1 is actually to like, this is a reminder to everyone to like go back to said New Year's resolutions and be like, wait, how much have I achieved? One of my New Year's resolutions is to learn how to make bechamel sauce. It's got to halfway through November and I don't know how to do this yet. I need to learn how to make bechamel sauce. Where was that train of thought going? Oh yeah, I need to learn how to drive. Do you have any plans for YouTube? I have like a list that I'm working through. I finally figured out, oh, this is so stupid, on my like, I have a Mac, so I can do this like split screen thing, which I didn't know how I could do it, and I finally figured out how to do it. So I was having such a great time earlier. I'm such a fucking nerd. I managed to get up like half of my screen with my like calendar and the other half with my like notes, where I'm like planning out all my YouTube videos and like organising when I'm gonna edit and when I'm gonna like film, and I get such a kick out of that. It's so dumb, but like, oh, it's me in my happy place. It's like organising things, and I guess maybe I hadn't had like an organised like kick recently, so then like I feel all over the place, but at least I managed to like turn up not totally late for my own live stream. Just 5 minutes late because I was trying to organise a decent thumbnail. Dear. I'm quite interested to see how my YouTube is going to change when I start film school. The one thing they keep saying is intense. But I'm like, look, I ran a YouTube channel while I went to while I was boarding, so like, show me intense. Just have to see how this goes. But I'm interested in what my threshold for intense is and what they actually mean by that. Sorry to interrupt, but hello, how are you? The one thing I'm just like not looking forward to is if I have to get up really early. I got up at 5:45 twice last week, and I was not that thrilled about it, but like, if that is something you have to get used to, I'm like, okay, I could make the sacrifice like this for things I like. Ugh. I've recently watched your video about there's everything. I recently watched a video about Katie says, I've recently watched your video about your reading glasses. How greatly would you recommend them? Lots. I did say in the video I literally couldn't have done my degree without them. For me, these have been like life-changing, revolutionary-esque stuff. Ooh, that's what they look like. Ooh, everything's purple now. Ooh, wow. I don't think I could have done my degree without them. I absolutely adore them. Highly, 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 highly recommend, or at least it is worth like looking into or ringing like, you know, your eye doctor. Not orthodontist, not orthopedic. What is the eye I'm stupid. The eye people. Do you use a microphone? No. Can you hear me? Oh my god, can you not hear me? Someone would have told me if they couldn't hear me. Brilliant. What's your favourite movie, Marie Antoinette? Always, just because of the way that it's aesthetically fucking beautiful to look at. I love Kirsten Dunst, I love Sofia Coppola, and it's just like just an aesthetic movie, and it understands that it is film and that it is pretty and it is nice to look at. I'm just like, oh, why did the director do this? Because it looks cool. Like, why is that not an acceptable answer? Like, that is one of the reasons that so for those of you who don't know, I originally did comparative literature with film. I ended up chopping that with film bit for my degree because I couldn't stand it. Absolutely could not stand the way that like it was taught, the way I was supposed to, like the way that they were trying to like make me think about film was like by completely disregarding and removing the practical bit until you got to things like authorship theory and whatever. I'm like, no. Sometimes you do things in film because it looks cool or because other shit went wrong and that was what you were left with. So I just don't like to not think about the practical aspects because it is such a deeply practical and like collaborative process that I'm like, duh, I didn't know. You can't treat it like it's literature. And they try to, but then in the wrong ways. And then I try and write about it like I wrote about literature because that's what they said they wanted me to do, but then they were like, no. So I just didn't enjoy it. I feel like I'm just not, you can't teach me film. You can show me how to do it, but I don't think you can like teach me film studies. So that's why I'm like, practical degree for me. Thank you very much. Do you think it will matter what university you go to get into the film industry? I think people don't. You don't even need to go to uni. Like I really, I mean, it's something having zero experience, I don't know how to answer. But I think it's honestly at the end of the day one of those things of like the talent that you have, the work you put in, and then also who you know. So it's just one of those things, you know. Ooh, last movie book that reminded you of your love for cinema or literature. So I started watching like half of the Thomas Crown Affair yesterday, and that is a really fun film. It's very, very playful, actually. This is actually what I'd say applies to Chalet Girl as well. Even though Chalet Girl is like, you know, you'll sound like rom-com flick, whatever. It is a very technically well-made film in terms of it is just like a lot of fun, and it knows what it is, and it does its fucking thing, and it does it well, and it still does it like playfully with a little bit of flair, and I'm like, this is enjoyable, and it's just like, it's just a very well-made film actually, and I think like rom-coms don't always get that kind of credit. And then I think, yeah, the Thomas Crown Affair, like just watching it is like the way the music works together is like so fun. I hadn't watched it in a really long time, so I just want to finish up watching the end of it now, but I have to behave and like not finish watching it. And just like the camera work is like so fun, like it's so aware that it is a film and like does its thing with that, and it's like, ooh, what fun camera angle can we do here? And like you have these like ones, like there's a bit where the truck's going in initially to the museum, so if you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. But like, what did it do? So it alternated between like shot from like in the back of the, oh dear, 10% battery, shot from the back of the truck like going through, so you have like the silhouette of like this, so you have the silhouette of the windshield, but then it goes to like being up really high, or it like does that and then like goes that way and then like comes out again. But like the weird, like the trajectory of the camera is like so So like people don't often do it like that, and it's quite a lot of shots within like a really small frame of time, but you don't like clock it, and it's so natural and flows so well. I'm like, oh, that was just so well thought out and so smooth, and just like, yes. And it's just a very, very like smooth film, which I guess is very, you know, trying to be really reflective of like what's going on, and like trying to get away with it and everything. It's like, it's such a smooth guy. It's like, which is like my wanky argument as well, as like how I like the editing in Ocean's 8. It's all very smooth and very like well calculated, which is like, oh, it reflects on like the themes of film. Yeah, I think that's just something that reminds me. Those two really did remind me of like, oh, I love film. I really love film. For the last book as well, I am reading Friday Revisited, and I'm just like reading bits of it, and I'm like, oh, this is great. It's such like, yes, nostalgia, enjoy, very nice. It reminds me a lot of boarding, so I'm like, oh, I like this. If you had to do any other degree for undergrad, what would you have done? I probably would have done French, because I probably didn't know what else to do. Maybe I'd have just done film, but I think at the end of the day I probably would have been, well, I don't know, would have done English Lit. I think I actually would have been deeply unhappy doing any of those options. Why does it say that there's month? That's confusing. Thank you for the €2. That's very confusing. I didn't know you could do that. Should I disable that? I'm sorry, I didn't know that was a thing. I think I would have been deeply unhappy doing any of those things, mainly because they just didn't really speak to me. I didn't apply for English Lit at all. I was like, I'm not doing it. I refuse. I'm not doing Beowulf, and I'm not doing Shakespeare. I'll watch Shakespeare, but I will not study it anymore because I just don't want to. And also everything is Hamlet, so I'm like, I'm done with that. And I can quote the beginning-ish bit of Macbeth. Do I need to know any more Shakespeare than that? No. Also, for some reason, like the English seem to think that Shakespeare is all in literature ever, and it's like, well, you say that, but like the French at that time, I don't know if I can believe that was going on, but like French, like what classical Golden Age theatre has much more like ripple effect on the continent than like Shakespeare does. It's kind of like, you sold us a lie. You sold us a nationalistic, maybe not nationalist, but you sold us like a patriotic lie. So I'm not a fan of this. It's very, no, stop it. How was sarcastic fish born? Like, how did you come up with it? So, like, when I was applying for sixth forms, I had to work on my mental maths because you have to do entrance exams and stuff. If you didn't know, my mental maths is absolutely pants. So my brother was, my little 4-year younger brother, was on this website that let you practice your mental arithmetic. You had to choose an adjective and an animal. I thought it was really funny. I was sarcastic fish. Sarcastic because, you know what, I'm like 14, I'm like, oh, I'm being so sarcastic. And then fish because my memory is like a goldfish. So thank you, dyslexia. So yeah, I guess my dyslexia has really been worked into my branding quite well, quite deeply, hasn't it? So yeah, that's how it's sarcastic fish. So it was originally Emma. I originally thought about Emma the sarcastic goldfish, and it was Emma the sarcastic fish, and now it's just sarcastic fish. / Emma Angeline. So sarcastic fish is the brand, Emma Angeline is me. And I'm probably gonna end up using sarcastic fish for like a lot of professional things, because it's just, people remember that and they're like, that's weird somewhere, huh? I am capitalizing on my 14-year-old dumbass mistake. Well, it is what it is. Do you know your sun, moon, rising? I do not understand astrology things, so no. My birthday is on the 7th of April. Does that do anything? I have absolutely no idea how any of those things work. I always find it funny when you see on Twitter someone's going like, oh, I'm doing X or that today, or like, oh, I had a really bad day because I'm like Pisces or whatever, so like it's just not been a good day for Pisces because like Mercury is in retrograde. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. You can't like pour off your shitty behaviour on like the fucking like solar system. That doesn't mean anything. Oh dear. just as it's gone. Macbeth is great. It's definitely an interesting play. I've seen it. I think maybe oh, I put a lot of concealer on my nose, which you can see. I can quote the beginning of it though. Where did I get to? Would you ever consider doing a video about uni and dyslexia, how you did the reading, etc.? I'm applying for next year because I love my course, but there will be so much reading. The only thing I can tell you is be selective, and you will very soon figure out what, it sounds bad, like what you can get away with like reading and like not reading. Are you really transsexual? Who said that I'm trans? No, I'm a very, very cis gal. I put a lot of highlight on my nose. And now my nose is shiny. But no, I can confirm that I'm very much a cis individual. I think, yeah, with being dyslexic and trying to do your degree, you just have to be selective, be realistic, you can't read everything. But obviously do your best, plan and block out time is like the quick summary, I guess I have to say. I have not read No Longer Human. Is it good? Do you recommend? Love The Tempest. I've seen The Tempest because my little brother did it in primary school. Whose idea is it to get a bunch of like primary school children to stage The Tempest? It was a private primary school, but like at the same time that is the most like private primary school thing ever. Just to put The Tempest on, show the parents that this is what they're paying for. Their children are doing, their 7-year-olds are doing Shakespeare. Great. Oh dear. Right. It is 9 o'clock. I managed to do this live stream without eating through it. Are you like impressed with me? If I didn't turn it into an accidental mukbang. But yeah, okay. Do you have any, well, I was gonna say, do I have any closing remarks? Do you have any closing questions? I'll do 5 more minutes and then I got to go. Because my stomach is like, hey, did you forget about me? So if you have any like other questions or like things you just want me to talk about a little bit more for like 5 minutes, I can do that. Also, I realised I was about to check my phone. I'm like, oh, my phone is there. Ooh, and also if you're enjoying the live stream, can like you drop a like or something? That would be really cool. Always appreciated because it like bumps me up higher. In terms like because it counts as engagement. Ooh, honestly, hair care routine. Like, why does your hair look so healthy? Thank you. I've just stopped bleaching the shit out of it, and I only blow dry it when I want to like get the shape. And even when I blow dry it, I blow dry my hair upside down, so then I can get the shape here around my head, and then I leave it and then let it air dry. I just try to do as little to it as possible, and also a shit ton of conditioner. Always works really, really well. And then you get, you know, if you don't mind being shouted at your mum for the fact that your hair clogs the fucking drain all the fucking time. Can't wait to not have to get that shit. Well, you know what, my mum is probably just like waiting for me to just like move out so that I can just like not have to deal with my fucking shit again. Thank you for your likes, guys, I appreciate that. But yeah, I think that is everything. Thank you for people have been noticing my hair. My hair doesn't usually get comments. My hair is flattered. But yeah. Ooh, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. I hope you have enjoyed the live stream. If you would like me to do more of these on like a monthly-ish basis, I guess I can definitely try and do them more. I know that like it's usually like a Wi-Fi permitting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the live stream. Have a nice evening. Get some rest. What else do you get? I don't know. Hope you guys sleep well, or like enjoy your day wherever you are, and I hope you guys have a nice evening, afternoon, morning, whenever anybody ends up watching this. Okay, that's all of the generalizations done. Yeah, right, subscribe and all that jazz. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye. Now, how do we end the live stream? Things I always forget. Ooh, Are you sure you want to end the live stream?